you've got all their information. They like your product. Well, if it doesn't suck, but if your product does a fairly good job, you've got them. And all you need to do is put your name in front of their face, and you'll get a chance to get another win, another buy.
Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm. Lunch with Norm.
Hey everyone, this is Norm Farrar, aka the Beard Guy here, and welcome to another Lunch with Norm, the Amazon FBA and e-commerce podcast, or vice versa, whatever you like. Today, we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to upselling your e-com store. Now, interesting enough, this is a big topic that we just talked about at SellerCon this weekend, or last weekend. So be an interesting topic. Anyways, we're going to be talking about best practices for upselling post purchases and why you should optimize your thank you page, as well as just the common mistakes sellers make. Okay. Welcome to another episode of Lunch with Norm, the e-commerce, see, I said it right this time, the e-commerce and Amazon FBA podcast. All right, we're back, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate guide to upselling your e-com store, the advantages to it as well. Our guest is the CEO and co-founder of ReConvert, and we'll be talking about that app in a bit as well. He started a dropshipping Shopify store together with a close friend of his, and with time and perseverance, they found a way to make their store go from $0 to $1 million in less than 6 months. Not bad. As a 7-figure retailer, he was familiar with the pain points of managing a drop shipping Shopify store and realized the great potential that building a Shopify app would be. All right, today, first time guest, Eric Evan Haim, and we'll be talking to Eric in a second. But first, let's have a word from our sponsor. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by VAA Philippines. Looking for a high-quality virtual assistant for your business? With the rigorous screening, intensive Amazon and Walmart training, and ongoing professional development, get the peace of mind with skilled and motivated virtual assistants for a long-term working relationship. Hire through VAA today, and now let's get back to the show. Enjoy the episode. Welcome, Eric.
Thank you for having me. Hi, Norm. How are you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
Good. Thank you.
Good. So, Eric, it was kind of interesting reading your bio and just listening a bit about your background. So you just started off and did about $1 million in 6 months. How did you do that?
So it's not that accurate. I don't know. Maybe it got lost in the,
it's Kelsey. It's Kelsey. Kelsey.
But no, it's more like 3 years. It's just eventually when we hacked everything down, then we got from nothing to about $1 million in monthly revenue in about a few months. So but we lost a lot of money before that for a few years. Yeah.
Monthly revenue.
Yeah. That was a big one.
Wow. Yeah. That was a little small mistake on my part. Okay.
Yeah, 3 months instead of 3 years. So it's nothing. It's just 1 year.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, well, that's fantastic. What type of product was it?
So do you want the entire story or just,
how about Reader's Digest?
Reader's Digest. I didn't know anything about internet. A friend of mine told me, let's open a Shopify store. I'm like, what's Shopify? We started it, failed miserably for a few years. We started with boxing and MMA equipment, but from reseller, from brands in the US, Ringside, Title Boxing, all of that. Had a lot of issues. Eventually, we switched from that to the winning category, which was sauna suits and sauna vests. We took a product that used to cost us like $60. We used to sell it for $90. From AliExpress, we found it in $4. We started to selling it to the same audience in lookalike in Facebook for $20, and then everything boomed. But it took 3 years. This is the short version.
So it was a drop shipping model.
At the beginning, yes.
Yeah.
Later there have been a few warehouses in China, in the US, in Europe, and things got more complex as we grew, but that's kind of how we started.
Oh, all right. Very good. Okay. So let's talk about post-purchase. And You know, a lot of people talk about the importance of post-purchase, your post-purchase campaigns. So let's talk about why it's so important that you need to focus on this.
So there are actually many reasons why, but if you look at it, first of all, everyone should increase their average order value in any case
Yeah.
in the entire purchase journey. But if you do it before the purchase, even the fact that the cart value is going up, it might eventually hurt conversion rates because eventually the customer is going to look at his checkout and he's going to look at the final price, and because the entire sum is bigger, he might regret it, even if he did add multiple upsells. The beautiful thing about post-purchase is you have a 0% chance of hurting the conversion rate. The order is already done, okay? And you already paid and invested so much to get the customer to your checkout, and he finally converted. Now, not utilizing these areas of the store is just, leaving money on the table. And if you look at any other store, like any major store out there, retailers, if you look at Amazon, AliExpress, eBay, you get to the thank you page, and it's not like thank you, buy. It's more like thank you, here's more. Mm-hmm. Stay with us. Let's build a stronger relationship together. So and it's an easy win.
Yeah, I think it's important because it does take a lot of effort, especially if you're on Shopify. Amazon's got a captivated audience, and there are definitely ways that you could take advantage of a post-purchase campaign. But let's take a Shopify store, e-commerce store, any kind. But if you spend all this time and all this effort to drill down to get your specific audience, and then you've got to convince them, because you're a micro brand that they've never heard of before, to buy your product. And then they buy your product. And I got to say, okay, so first of all, they buy your product, and then you've got all their information. They like your product. Well, if it doesn't suck, but if your product does a fairly good job, you've got them. And all you need to do is put your name in front of their face, and you'll get a chance to, get another win, another buy. And I know a buddy of mine, Seth Stevens and Sean Hart, I heard them talk, and they were talking to, I didn't hear them talk. I've hung out with them 1,000 times. But anyways, they tell me very convincingly that once you do a post-purchase campaign, like you said, you're leaving money on the table unless you do one. And the percentage that they've come up with is 44%. Do you agree with that?
44%, you mean increase in revenue?
Yes.
So, it really depends on so many factors. The averages we're seeing are smaller. Of course, we're running through tens of thousands of stores, so maybe they optimized it correctly. We do see stores getting up to 67%, but it really depends on the type of the store and how much they're willing to optimize and spend their time there. But yeah, it really depends. The averages are usually between 5 to 10% immediate increase in revenue, instant, like that.
That's just crazy. So the message is, if you're not doing it, do it.
You don't have to use ReConvert. Just do it. If you run a store, just have something post-purchase. Yeah.
Just something. Yeah. And you'll love this. Well, maybe you'll fall down and cry. But I've had two companies that have done this. The big one had 280,000 emails. 280,000. And the guy did nothing with them. He said, and he still, to this day, if I were to pick up the phone and talk to him, he won't do anything with these emails. He won't do any post-purchase campaigns because he feels that it's annoying his customers. Well, it's annoying his cash flow. 280,000 emails that he has of people who love his product.
Yeah, that's sad, but it happens so many times. We let our kind of own experience and our own thoughts to take away over data, and the data show it works. And when you're running an online store, you need to be data driven because you can. In other places, maybe it's harder, but online it's super easy. And in ReConvert, we don't really do email. There's eventually acquisition, it's where acquisition end. Like once the order is the first order is being converted, acquisition ends and retention begins. And
Right.
so many brands are just focusing acquisition, acquisition, acquisition. But real brands know that retention is everything. It's 12 times cheaper to retain a customer than it is to acquire a customer, and everybody just stops at acquisition. So emails is a good example. And if you're not doing anything with emails, then you should. What we are doing is optimizing. We're creating a new page. After a customer completes the checkout, we create a new page between the checkout and the Shopify thank you page. It's called the post-purchase page, where you can display a single offer, a one-time offer that the customer can accept with a single click and be charged automatically without having to re-enter payment details. So that's kind of the first part of the funnel. You can display up to 2 offers like that. And then on the thank you page, you can completely customize it. So the easiest example would be display product recommendations, product upsells, and all sort of different time-sensitive offers. But you can also use it to strengthen your relationship with the customer. So for example, if we talk retention, most retention efforts by brands are focusing on the first week or 2 after the purchase itself, while the product is on the way. And that's nice, but it's not long-term. After that, you just send weekly campaigns, and it's fine, but it's not that personal. One thing that it's great to do on the thank you page, because you already converted, is to collect the customer birthday. And then you can sync it, to Klaviyo or OmniSend or SMS Bump or whatever. And there's nothing more personal than, capture customer back 1 year after his first purchase, or every year with a unique gift just for him, just for his birthday. And it works, it converts. It's just another good example. Or you can do a post-purchase survey and, segment the customer according to that and send more personalized emails later. So it's both, it's just, we take the real estate that is usually empty in the store and just try to squeeze the most out of the customer so that we can build better relationship later, if not instant revenue right then and there.
So what's interesting is that in today's age, you couldn't really do this economically before, but now you were talking about personalization. So you could take and you could go out there and do just a very simple drip campaign to the customer, or when they come back, let's say it's a pet page. And you can start off with something as simple as, like you said, it could be a birthday. It could be like simple pet. Well, what kind of pet do you have? Oh, large breed, blah, 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 blah. You small breed, medium breed. What type? And you could ask these non-offensive questions. And people love talking about their kids, without showing pictures of them, but just their pets. All of this beauty about themselves, and without knowing it, you could build a profile. And when they use like an app like yours, right? ReConvert, sorry. Yeah, sorry. But anyways, what you can do is you can personalize it. So you could take something very inexpensive, and you can print right on it their name or on the box, and it's so easy to do, and it's so cost effective. And when somebody sees that you've actually done something for them, man, you're going to go 10 steps higher, just with what they think of your brand, and you're going to build this tribe that people are going to love. So that's just something that you can, and it's as simple too as even a handwritten birthday card. Now, if you don't want to write 10,000 birthday cards, there's, and they've been on, I forget the name of the company, but there are tools out there, apps that you just send in the information and they'll send out a blast in a handwritten, your writing to these people. It's so much better than what looks like it's just a printed card that's very generic, which usually goes into my trash bin. Anyways, let's talk about going back over to the upsell, cross-sell benefits. So you said afterwards on your app that you'll have this page that converts. Do you have any insight on upsell, downsell, cross-sell, any of those benefits?
Yeah, of course. So there are, first of all, as you mentioned, it's all about personalization. It's about displaying the right offer to the right person at the right time with the right incentive. So you want to create these funnels, these post-purchase upsell funnels, again, 2 offers and then the thank you page, based on the experience that the customer have. So what we found that works, and it also depends on the type of store, but if you have a store with thousands of products, it's very hard to make it unique for every product. So first of all, we have some sort of an AI recommendations engine, to find the right product based on tons of different factors from the store, from the customer, from the product that it just bought, to try and figure out the best offer. Also, it's got to be in relation, or I'm not sure sorry, my English isn't perfect, but the price point must be making sense according to the order. You don't want to offer a $200 upsell to someone who bought something for $20. It doesn't make sense. It's got to be small in relation to the order. Another thing that works very well across stores with large number of products is to display actually the same product purchased with some sort of an additional discount. And the reason that works so well is usually either because of variants. So if you got a blue t-shirt, you want to maybe get a red t-shirt, or if you bought something for yourself that you like, maybe you'd like to get another one for someone from your family, someone you like. So this usually works very well. But other than that, if you can go any deeper than that, if you want to display different offer to returning customers, you can do that. That's definitely something that you can do. And if you want to do, I don't know, based on specific product that that you have a complementary product, then obviously you want to display them together. So these are just some of the things that works best. But again, only you know your own store.
Right. Another guy that I talked to just last weekend, but he told me probably back in 2016 or so, 17, and he's a master at this, is Dr. Charles Livingston. And he owns Life Boost Coffee, but at the time he had a supplement company. And he said, by doing exactly that, upsell, downsell, cross-sell, he was able to take his average order value, and I might be mistaken here, but it would be like a 30, I think it was $37 or something like that. So that was the average price. Then he would boost it up. And, here's a 3-pack of it. So here's 90 days. Okay, well, it came up to an extra whatever it was. At the end of the day, he ended up bringing people up to 100 and some odd thousand as an average order value because he offered a subscription. Now, just imagine that. Somebody's going to come and try your product out for $37, and you can bump them up while they're on your page to a subscription at 100 and some odd dollars. And it happens annually. So people forget about it. And when it comes around again, it's, okay. It's such a small amount. They're not going to complain about it. Anyways, that's what I love. And if you go over to Life Boost Coffee, I can guarantee you when you go to Life Boost Coffee that you're probably going to get an upsell, a downsell, and a cross-sell. Just kind of thinking that they're going to do that to you. So if you want to see that, and maybe you can share some of the sites that you're working with to show some examples, but check it out. Kels, if you could put Life Boost Coffee there too into the comments, just to show. I'm kind of curious, what they what they're doing. But anyways, excellent product, and they've grown that company incredibly well because of stuff like this.
Yeah, it's upselling for a subscription. It's always a great idea if as a merchant, how to handle that, because it's not easy. That's a whole other conversation. Subscriptions, is a big thing. And if you want to learn from experts at upselling, the one side that I would tell you to look at is just whenever you book a flight. Whenever you book a flight, these guys know how to upsell. Like, they will use everything in the book. They will upsell. And by the way, if you want to upsell something that's really eventually going to boost your profits, forget about revenue. Revenue, it's nice, but we're all about profit. Upsell something that is either very, low gross margin, or a digital stuff, or something that is not, physical. because that's going straight to your bottom line. So great upsells would be anything like shipping insurance, great, or some sort of a guarantee, or anything product insurance, an ebook, some sort of a course, anything that you can make that is relevant for your brand. That's where the real money is. And we see that brands that are doing that, first of all, can play with the pricing until they really get to the optimized conversion level. And that's where you can really get, the 60, 70% opt-in on an upsell. And also the profit is much bigger. So if you look at flight websites, they upselling you by taking advantage of things that you don't understand. You need another suitcase? Fine. You want to select a seat? Fine. You want to, be able to change the flight? Fine. Like all of these small things.
Extra luggage.
But everything is also, some of it is also built, also insurances. If you're going abroad, they're also doing the same. They keep pushing you the different thing that honestly doesn't really matter that much for them, but for you, it's a huge extra expenses. Let's be honest about it. If you want to choose a seat on the plane, it costs them literally zero money. And if you do upgrade for that, it's just going straight to their pocket. So
right. Yeah.
Great idea to learn from.
The other thing that's going to be happening, and there's a lot of different niches out there that this happens with, but the one that I just heard about, and if you think that this is annoying and you're not going to do it, well, you're missing out, because it's annoying, but people still do it. And just a great example, McDonald's with fries, right? Well, I think it's Carl's Jr. that just are turning on an AI model that's just going to upsell you everything. Basically, you're going to go into the store. You're going to have, okay, you want a small, medium, or large. So if you say medium, would you like a large with that? Would you like fries? Would you like the combo? It's going to happen more and more and more, especially now with AI, because, well, at this point anyways, AI does not have feelings. And I hope it stays that way. But anyways, who knows? Maybe next year.
I'm not sure it's a good idea that it doesn't have any feelings. You want it to have feelings when it's getting tasks related to human.
That gets scary.
Yeah, that gets scary. But that's not
okay. So we're towards the bottom of the hour, and anyways, we've got lots of people listening. If you're interested today, we have, and if this is the first time you're listening, we always do a giveaway at the end of the podcast. And today we have a great giveaway. But to enter, you'd have to do #WheelOfKelsey or tag 2 people, and you get a second entry. You'll get a chance later on as well, anytime during the show. But anyways, Eric, what do we got today?
So we do have 2 things. First of all, we made for everyone here a CRO cheat sheet, pretty much an ebook that we made with all the most tactical and effective and straight to the point tips that you can implement on your store without woohoo stuff, things that are very easy to implement and are going to boost your conversion rate instantly. So you can just get it by heading over to reconvert.io/CRO and get it for free. And other than that, you guys asked me to do something more personal. So I'm giving away a free lifetime account for ReConvert to one of you guys. So just make sure to join the relay.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so Eric came on and we were talking, and believe me, this is something that he just came up with very quickly, but a lifetime free account with his app. So anyways, if you're interested, #WheelOfKelsey, tag 2 people, and you'll get a second entry. And by the way, I just saw Chuck just joined, and it was just a pleasure meeting him and his wife at SellerCon. Okay, Kelsey, if you do your job correctly and press the button, there should be a commercial coming up right now. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by SureGo Marketing. Ready to take your brand to the next level on TikTok and Instagram? SureGo Marketing specializes in helping entrepreneurs and coaches build profitable brands on TikTok and Instagram, and in less than 90 days. With SureGo Marketing, you could build your brand, create incredible video content, and increase leads without spending a single dime on ad spend. Visit SureGoMarketing.com today and elevate your brand. Now, let's get back to the show. We started these shorter ads, right? And it's funny because you think you have about another 15 seconds or so, and it catches you off guard, either in the middle of a cough or something like that. So anyways, if it does come on live again, and I am in the middle of a cough, it's because of these shorter ads. Okay. So anyways, we don't have any questions yet. And I want to put it out there to the listeners. First of all, there's two parts. Are you using any form of upsell, downsell, cross sell? Okay. Or if you have any questions in general for Eric, he's here. So I think it's so important, and this is going to help you generate more money, more profit, and it's not going to cost you anything really, except to put up the campaign or to get the ad. So anyways, check it out. We will have time at the end of the podcast to talk about this and answer any questions, or if you have any comments. But now let's talk about best practices. So I know you're giving out that ebook. Thank you. I know you're giving out that ebook, but if you could talk about some of the best practices for sellers out there.
You mean for conversion rate optimization?
Yeah. So I'm talking about best practices for upselling during a post-purchase. So
I kind of covered most of it. I do think, again, it's related. Few things that maybe are important to consider. I'm not sure if it's extra tips that we didn't discuss already, but it is important to add some sort of a bigger incentive compared to what happened pre-purchase. So it's important because there is a good chance the customer already used some sort of a coupon at checkout. So if you're going to offer the same or a smaller thing, there is a good chance he's just not going to take it. So if he had a 10% discount for the initial order, you want to give him at least 15, 20%, to get this extra conversion. Also, you want to make it time sensitive and, add scarcity, make it a one-time thing, which you can actually do. You can display this only once per customer, per order, however you want it to be. And you want to display multiple offers. That's also important. One thing that we learned, each customer responds to different types of offers. So on the thank you page, you can have, again, the birthday collector, you can have the survey, you can have the product recommendations, you can have a single product upsell. You can also give him like a discount, limited by time for the entire store. That's also converts like crazy. It really works well. And yeah, different customers do react to different types of offers. And it's also important to know that on average, specifically on Shopify, a customer goes back to the thank you page 2.7 times per order. And the reason for that is Shopify has these transactional notifications, like the email that are being sent to customers. Thank you for your order. Order was shipped. Order is out for delivery. Order is in transit. All of these, they have a link, these emails. And by default, they send the customer back to the thank you page. So you can really optimize the thank you page based on different statuses, but customers are going back to this page, just making it more important to optimize.
Okay, so let's stick on the thank you page optimization. Tell us a bit more about that. So there's a lot of people out here that don't have any thank you page. So let's talk about that.
So yeah, the thank you page is again, this is this empty page that always bothered me. That's also why we started with ReConvert. I used to be a merchant. I saw this page and I was really frustrated. I noticed myself, I'm shopping a lot in AliExpress, and I always use the recommendations from the thank you page. So I figured maybe I can use that on my Shopify store, and there was just no solutions out there. There was one app that allowed you to display a product on the thank you page, but they had no analytics. They didn't display any conversion options. They didn't offer any incentives. So it was very hard, and you couldn't, customize it based on the customer. So it was just the tools weren't there. So I really wanted to be able to do it on my own. So we started this way. So we started with just product recommendations. Then we figured out that the conversions on other stuff on the thank you page are just as high. So we just started adding more stuff. The conversion rate for if you're asking for a birthday, it's about around 30% from customers. This is, for example, for surveys, it's like 25%. And then you can add a lot of other stuff. You can add, for example, if it's a complex product, you can add a video on the thank you page teaching them about the product, because he's converted now. You can start teaching him and make the connection stronger and better. And you can really customize it based on the product, based on the customer, based on anything in the order. You can also, we have, and there's really endless amount of options. We have this segmentation system. You can use everything available from the Shopify API. So we have customers, for example, if the order risk level is very high, then they automatically cancel the order with Shopify Flow. If you're on Shopify Plus, and they display a message on the thank you page, your order was canceled because your order is high risk. If you want, please call us. These are all things you can do just with your thank you page, pretty much.
Yeah, and the other thing I like about thank you page is again, coming across as a micro brand, you can show all your user generated content from your influencers, testimonials, all of this really good stuff, just to, even at thank you, you can make a difference. You can get those people to just plant the seed that you're a solid brand and that you have other products. They might be coming there to look for deodorant, but they don't know you're doing everything else. And they can see the influencers smiling, not grumpy old men, but smiling using your product. So thank you pages can go a long way. It's an extension of a funnel, really. I think.
Yeah, it's the ending part of the order, but by default, that's how it is. It's like an exit page from your page, from your store. But if you really look at it, 100% of your customers are going to land on this page. There's a good chance this is the most converting landing page on your store. If you have 2% conversion rate on your product page, I don't know, on average, you can expect to have 20% conversion rate on your thank you page. These are customers with credit card in hand. They already trust you. They already love you. Just give them something and they will take it if it will be, convincing enough. You don't need to work that hard. You don't need to reconvince them that you're good, that your store, is trustworthy and that you provide support and that the product is high quality. You don't need all of that. You already convinced him. You just need to give him another offer to push him a little bit forward. Also, again, the psychology behind the thank you page is much different than it is if you're just visiting the store for the first time.
Right. And for me, let's say it's a soap product. So we'll sell them in bundles, a 3-pack, 5-pack. And okay, well, with that, what's the obvious thing? A soap dish. Soap dish costs us nothing. And we sell that for, it could be $24. And so it's just extra money in our pockets. So it really doubles our profits. But these are just, and I'll go down another rabbit hole here. So it's great for additional product, but it's also great for that additional add-on. So you can show either an extra lifetime warranty, or you can show, like for a knife brand that I work with, you can provide a recipe book or a 52-week meal plan. It can go along with everything else, or buy X, one more item and get this 52-week meal plan or this recipe book, whatever it is. But if you think outside the box a little bit, you can have these really great, like Sean Hart says, the Mafia offer. Now, instead of the upfront Mafia offer, you have it on the thank you page. And man, it could just throw, like you were saying, I've never heard that high, but if it's going to bring an extra 60% into my pockets, I'm happy with that.
There's so many opportunities there. The one that I talked about with the 70-something%, they have a gun store. They sell guns online. And they have just, a $4.95 shipping insurance on something that costs like a few $100s. So everybody just takes it. Everybody. And it's, they have a very long text explaining the warranty and it's covering everything and everybody just takes it. But you see other stuff. We have people making video courses, so they're selling courses, and then on the thank you page, they just give you a free course that you can get. You don't need to pay for it. And during the course, they have a bunch of other upsells. So you just put him through another funnel. You can really take it to wherever you want. There are so many opportunities that you can use. And it's limitless. It's really up to your creativity to find the thing that your customers will love.
So when I saw that you were coming on to the podcast, I was excited because I've seen your product everywhere. It's one of the most popular apps on Shopify. And I don't have an affiliate with you. At least I don't think I have an affiliate with you. But let's say I don't. And I'm 99.9% sure that I don't. Anyway, let's talk a bit about it because it's great. In fact, I think one of my brands is using it right now. So let's talk about your app. What does it do? Why is it special?
So
why does Shopify love it so much?
So first of all, there are other apps, and I recommend everyone not just to trust my word. Go ahead, check the other options. Maybe other options are better for you. That's completely fine. First of all, in terms of pricing, we made it affordable, let's say, to any store at any size. It starts from $4.99 to stores with less than 50 orders per month, and then it grows with the store, which we think is very, very important. And there's also a 30-day free trial, so you can try it out. And if you don't get the insane ROI that you should be getting, then either talk to us. We're going to see what you probably did something wrong. And if you're going to see that you have, 4,000% ROI, which is pretty much, about average for larger stores, then you're probably going to be happy with the results. So the average ROI on the app, in general, it's between 1,000 to 2,000%. But again, it includes stores with zero conversions, so they take a lot of the average. And then another thing, again, that I think is unique for us is the deep segmentation that we have with Shopify. It's like Klaviyo, just for your thank you page, for your post-purchase offers, and your ability to really make it as customized as you want. And the last thing, that there are a few things. We have a magic designer that automatically match your brand look and feel and make sure that all the offers are laser focused, not laser focused, but fit the brand, the look and feel in your brand. And then lastly, we have something we call Conversion Monster. It's a quick activation funnel where pretty much we ask the customers when you just sign up, if you want to get started as fast as possible. We created a funnel optimized based on tens of thousands of stores. You just give us the max % discount you're willing to give, and we are creating the entire funnel for you, optimized for all types of shoppers, all types of orders. That's it.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah, so it's really good for people who want extra revenue but don't want to work extra hard. So I recommend checking it out. It works. It converts. We use all of our best practices. Usually when people change stuff there, they're getting lesser results. Some do get better results, but because of them knowing their brands and understanding e-commerce and conversion, but the default funnel that we have just converts very good.
Perfect. Kels, why don't we start on some of the questions and comments?
Okay, so we're getting a lot of questions here, and even some people like Faith says, I actually use this app, it's awesome. And so and Coolhand99 says, I never thought about making a custom thank you page, so that's something I think Coolhand will be doing. But first question is from Faith. I sell hats, suits, and gloves that go together, but I'm having a hard time creating bundles. How would you suggest upselling or cross-selling them?
So again, I do think that it really depends on the products that you have in your store. If you have any cleaning supplies, anything that is cheaper, considerably, cheaper compared to the other products, it makes sense. I would recommend, and this is an option that we do have in our app that can be happening automatically, is displaying the same product purchased. Okay, so if it's a glove, get another pair of gloves for additional discount. Works very well. I highly recommend checking it out, or just use some sort of an AI algorithm, which is also an option in the app. You can check it out. But I do think that these are probably the best options without knowing your brand.
Okay, and Faith again says, the pricing is amazing, and I've had the app since 2020. The new post-purchase funnel option is a cool feature. The thank you page has been on my Shopify store since I launched. It's a must. So we've got a big fan.
Oh, there we go. We got a fan.
Right.
By the way, I just want to say, by the way, guys, just so you know, we also have now, if there are any listeners here on Shopify Plus, we also have a new checkout editor feature. It's like a drag and drop for the checkout, similar to what we have on the thank you page. Unfortunately, Shopify only allows it to Shopify Plus merchants. If it was up to us, it was open for everyone. But if you are on Shopify Plus, make sure to check it out. It's also very powerful, and we can talk a whole bunch about that, but it's different conversation, I guess.
All right.
All right, great. So next question is from Dennis. Do you deliberately add cheaper products to catch buyers and try to upsell?
Yeah, you can create products specifically for upsells, and this is where the digital or non-physical products come to play that we mentioned before. Depends on what you're selling. You can create either an info product or a guarantee or an insurance or something that will make the customer take the offer that is not necessarily significant, can be a few dollars, but you have zero costs on it, and then it works. When it comes to physical products, I don't know if you can create a product. You just need to find the best, cheaper alternative that is available on your store. I hope it answers the question.
Yeah. Again, just Sean last weekend was talking about a pizza cutter. And to buy this pizza cutter, he went to an affiliate link and he grabbed a free Domino's pizza. And anyways, so if you buy this pizza cutter for $5.99 or whatever it was, you get the $17 Domino's pizza. Mafia offer. Why would you not buy it?
Yeah.
So these are some tricks, and we'll get into this a lot more with the affiliate links and how to work with that on another episode. But there's all sorts of ways to lure people in and get them because they're buying a certain type of product. Well, if I'm buying a pizza cutter, there might be something out there for pizza. And same thing, Faith. Now, I don't know if I don't know Faith's name, but Faith Transition podcast. If you're selling the gloves and the products that you have, I would go out to some of these affiliate sites and see if there's anything out there that could help entice people to buy your product as well. And either you'll get a free commission coming back to you, an affiliate commission, or you'll be able to get something like the pizza at no cost, for the product that you're selling. Now, I wouldn't offer pizza with what you're selling right now, but there'd probably be products where you could get a low, very low cost or at free, and you'd even get a commission on it. But we'll talk about that on another episode.
All right. So we have a couple comments from CoolHand99.
Yeah.
He says, I like the idea of the buy one for yourself and get a deal on a second for a friend. My current products, even though having a similar eco-friendly theme, are not directly related. So selling them together isn't an option. So that's something he's working with. But we do have a question from Rad. I have a Shopify store. Is it a good idea to convert it to a drop shipping concept?
I think in general, dropshipping is a solid business model. You can, but it can be hybrid. It doesn't necessarily have to be either being a dropshipper or designing your own merch or creating your own merchandise. You can always do a mix. And actually, I've read some articles talking about the fact that these days more and more brands are going hybrid because in some cases it just makes more sense to dropship certain products, and in some cases it makes more sense for you to have your own inventory. So I do think it really depends. If you're just starting out, I would definitely recommend start with dropshipping. If you're just starting out, to learn everything without having to commit to a considerable amount of expenses. But once you get the hang of it, getting inventory can really help you out increasing your profit margins. Bottom line. But it takes more experience, it takes more effort, it takes more resources, and there's less room for mistakes once you do that. So make sure that you only do this when you're ready.
Okay,
and then our last question is from Faith. It's a support question. She's having some issues, but I've been having some tracking issues with sales from the post-purchase pop-up on Facebook ads and Google ads. Are you aware of this? And if you are, and support can help me set that up correctly for the pixels to track additional sales from post-purchase funnel. And thank you, Paige. That would be great.
Okay, so that's a great question. I'm assuming you're using Shopify, and actually, once the post-purchase pages came out, Shopify released an updated article about how to implement your pixels in those pages. So if you reach out to our support, they're going to give you all the information you need. We have a whole article, tutorial, step-by-step on how to implement it. If you still have any issues, you can reach out to the support, or anyone listening need any help directly to me, Eric at ReConvert.io. I'll be happy to help. Feel free. But yeah, we have 24/7 live chat support. They're always there. They're always willing to help. So yeah, that's if you're using ReConvert. If you're using other apps, I'm not sure, but it should be the same solution.
All right. Okay, I think that's it, Kels. Is that right?
Yep, that is it.
Okay, so one last call. If you're interested in this incredible giveaway today, which is free, for free lifetime, ReConvert app, which is incredible. As you can see, Faith is using it. Anyway, hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, tag 2 people, you'll get a second entry. And Eric, I know you just said it, but contact info.
So you can always reach out to me directly, Eric at ReConvert.io. And I don't think there's anything else. Email is great.
Perfect. Okay. I just see a Facebook user said the sound went off. I'm not sure if any other Facebook users can confirm that, but it doesn't seem like we're down. Kels?
Can you guys hear me?
Everything on my end is good. Yep. So
okay. All right. So why don't we do this? We'll go to a sponsor, then over to a commercial. Don't forget, hashtag Wheel of Kelsey, and tag 2 people. You'll get a second entry. This episode of Lunch with Norm is sponsored by Rebate. Attention sellers and brand owners, want to reach more shoppers and boost sales? Rebate's platform connects sellers with shoppers seeking great deals on new products. They make it easy to offer promotions, handle rebates, and ensure seamless redemptions. With countless reviews from satisfied customers, Rebate is the go-to solution to increase your sales. Visit rebate.com today and start reaching more shoppers. Now let's get back to the show. All right, Kelsey, it's time.
All right, here we go. It's the Wheel of Kelsey.
It's time for the Wheel of Kelsey.
Okay.
All right, here it is. Let me pull it up. All right, got lots of entries today. Thank you, everyone who entered. We do this every single podcast, too, so make sure you come back Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And let's see who today's winner is. So if you are the winner, please email me, k@lunchwithnorm.com, and we'll hook you up.
All right. Rad's got a great prize today. All right. Okay, and remember, there's also a free ebook, and Kelsey will put all that information in our show notes as well. But that's it. Eric, you're off the hook.
Perfect. I had such a good time. Thank you so much for having me. I really hope that the listeners had a good time as well.
All right, and they learned a lot. That was fantastic. We don't touch on this. This is the first time we've really touched on this subject. So I appreciate you coming on. And man, Rad, you got a great one today. So enjoy. And Eric, thank you. Want more great information? Don't forget to subscribe by clicking here. Also, if you want to check out our latest podcast, click over here.
Lunch with Norm.